Hi, TR here. This video is about the emotional wellness assignment. This assignment is the first major assignment that you're going to deal with in the second module. At this point, you have completed the first module. You have completed the 10 private discussion questions. You have completed the instant notifications. You have completed the reflection point 1. And you've done module 1 quiz. Whoa. Moving on, getting lots done. Good. Now, module 2 is about the emotional wellness and physical wellness. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the announcement that's connected to the emotional wellness. Announcements are on your front page, your home page, and you can see it right here, announcements, underneath the title, and you will see announcements. So let's go to the announcement that we need to get to, which is the Emotional Wellness Assignment Tips announcement. This is last year's announcement. I'm going to be replacing it with this recording, and it will be up in this place. Now, key points. As with our reflection point 1, read all the content pages, go to the websites provided on these pages. Please do not submit files with the extensions of key or pages or numbers or HTML or open source PowerPoints. I can't open them. There's no point submitting them. Please do not submit pictures of handwritten documents. You are provided with digital templates. These are digital documents that you need to use, you need to fill in, and you need to support. Upload to complete the assignment. If you cannot upload or download the template, fill it in, and then upload it, then you really seriously need to take a look at getting somebody to take a look at your computer because handwritten documents are not acceptable assignment submission. Now, there's 2 parts to this. You're going to get a research, review, and reflection template that you need to fill in. And the second part is you're going to create a public service announcement. And this public service announcement, we'll talk a little bit more about that when we go to the actual content page, the assignment content page. So this is where you start. After you get to the content page, here you come to the assignment tips announcement, you watch the video, and you make sure you understand this information that I've provided here for you. So let's move to Module 2. Now Module 2 is broken into 2 major parts, the emotional wellness and the physical wellness. The emotional wellness has 6 content pages that you need to review before you get to the assignment content page. It's important that you understand that. You must read this information. It is critical to you completing this assignment. So when we open this link, it will look like this. This is the content page. Now, public service announcement is you are going to create an advertisement. You're going to create something that's going to help people understand a portion of this research template. So, watch the video again if you wish. Read the instructions. And part 1, you need to complete this research review reflection template with the attached marking rubric, and the key concepts will be indicated here. Now, what does that look like? Well, it looks like this. There you go. And let's expand this puppy and make it more legible, single page. So the first section is about the types of stress, detail, and personal examples. The more detail you give, the clear, real, personal example, again, without going into places where you feel like, whoa, that's a little too personal. but personal enough that you don't mind sharing with me. So this is the first section, the types of stress. Second section has to do with how stresses affects you and how you manage it. Like seriously, given that we are dealing with COVID, lockdowns, shutdowns, this is just a fantastic assignment for you to get your thoughts down, get your feelings out, just get them out. The next part is definitions. We're talking about resiliency and then mindfulness, mental health. Again, detail, personalization, give personal examples. Show me that you are connecting this information with your life. Show me that you are understanding how this could possibly affect you or has affected you. Next section is protective and risk factors. Again, this information is in the one of the content pages connected to this section of emotional wellness. And here there are 3 parts that we look at: individual, social, and environmental. And then we deal with emotional wellness, spiritual wellness, positive mental health strategies and resources, the extension or reflection, and your sources from Module 2 using APA formatting. You will find information on that in Module 1 in the lessons that we've created. And then sources outside. This template will take some time. It is possibly, given the circumstances of what's happening in our society right now, and especially for students, one of the most relevant activities that you will do. It's one of the reasons I love this course. Like, it's real. Like, you can make it real. And that's pretty cool. Marking. The first section that we will mark is the developing and accessing strategies for anticipating, identifying, and managing and embracing change. So the template connection for this program of studies outcome for CALM is the reviewing types of stress. Starting from level 1 to level 4, what I use to differentiate this marking system is the amount of detail and personalization you provide in your answers. The more detail you provide, the more you personalize it with real life examples, the better the mark you will receive. I'm looking for, are you making a connection with this? Are you understanding this in terms of your personal life? Next is this outcome here. You can read that. Again, going across the spectrum, level 1 to 4, more depth and detail you provide, the more information you provide, the more you personalize it, the better mark you will get. Always start with the basic. Basic is typically a few sentences. It's like a minimum understanding, basically a minimum effort, and a minimum effort will get you your 50% as long as it deals with this outcome through these template connections. And work through this marking rubric, because this is how I'm going to mark it. You will get a digital reflection. In other words, I will give you a number for, say, this first outcome. I'm looking at this. If somebody gives me a basic response, a few sentences, it's minimum. They may or may not have a personal example. Likely that person, that student will receive 50%. Person who is receiving 100% has given me a lot of detail, has personalized it, has given me a personal example that's real, that makes sense, that connects to what we're talking about. I give them 4 out of 400%. And I do gradations of these. I might give a 1.5 because you're giving me some, but it's not nearly a minimum, or it's not a minimum basic submission. Okay. And this is how I mark the emotional wellness. I use this rubric. It's connected to the assignment folder, so when you submit this document, this is how I'm going to mark. The second part of the assignment, and I'll just, while I'm here, the last two outcomes in the provincial guide deal with the public service announcement. So the public service announcement is you giving information about something in this template here that we've talked about. And so you might create a public service announcement about public health, positive mental health strategies, or you might do a public service announcement about spiritual wellness, emotional wellness. You might do something about protective and risk factors. You might do something on resiliency. Resiliency is such a huge, important topic that, I mean, even for myself, if I was more resilient, my life would have been so much simpler. Moving to stress, you might do a public service announcement about stress. So in that public service announcement, you're going to give information, and you're going to give it in a format of like an advertisement where you're saying, hey, look at this. This is what this is, and this is why this is good for you. And this is why you want to achieve this or attain this. You're not necessarily going to purchase these, but you want to move towards them. And that's the idea of the public service announcement. So that's part two, is the public service announcement. And I say, okay, you can use a Pachuca, you can use Ignite Speech, or a document, a PowerPoint, you can do a video. Now, you really must understand that if you submit a podcast type submission, you must include your script. My listening skills, whether it's because I'm old and I can't hear very well, or the fact that I grew up and I did not speak the English language, my listening skills are not great. So I need to see a script. If you do, like I say, if you do a podcast, even if you do a video, I need to see a script. That's the only way I will accept it. And if you do use these formats, like some kind of podcast or some kind of video, you want to follow the formatting that I've provided in the template that we discuss right here, because this information is in the template and I've just organized it for you, which is why I am always recommending that you use the templates. So part one, you use the template. Part two, you're creating this public service announcement. It's creative, a creative aspect of our course, and will suit those people who have that kind of inclination. If you have questions or concerns, please feel to let me know. Feel free to let me know. Use your private discussions. Always use your private discussions. Never use email when you can use your private discussions. Thank you. Please do take care, and I'm wishing you all the best and looking forward to receiving this assignment. Bye now.